How's it, guys? So as most of you know, the coronavirus has hit South Africa at full force and we've all been put onto isolation. And with that, most of our events have been put on hold or postponed or cancelled altogether. So I've decided to put a series of videos out for you, especially those newcomers to the sport. Just basics on what to hold or what to take with you when you're riding, how to do an interval, the types of intervals to do. And just generally to use this time to better further your cycling career, so that when racing starts up again, you're ready to go. So yeah, those of you who are getting ready for the Spur Mountain Bike League, we're not quite sure when it will start up again, but yeah, this will probably help you with preparing for that and getting ready so that you enter with the best form that you've ever had. So yeah, look out for the Cycling Corona Chronicles, which is going to start now. So tomorrow I am going for a ride and I shall be lubing my chain now. The reason why I'm lubing it the night before is wax-based chains need time to dry out on your chain. If you do it as soon as you head out for a ride, the wax doesn't have a chance to settle and the alcohol which is based on doesn't have a chance to evaporate, at which point your lube is just going to dissipate within the first couple kilometers. So I really recommend putting this stuff on the night before, and that way your chain will be lubricated for the entire ride. So once you're done, just do some pedal strokes back, just work it into the links. You can also make sure that it's getting in there. And then any excess can just be wiped off. And we're ready for tomorrow. So, welcome to my kitchen. I'm about to head out for a ride. It's not going to be a very hard ride, it's just to get the legs going again after a bit of a weekend and taking some time off the bike last week, and just with everything that's happening, took a bit of a break and now we start again. So, when I head out for a ride, I always have a pump or a bomb, just in case things go south, as well as a slug plug. This is used to plug any holes that I may have in the tyre, whether it's from glass or hitting a rock or anything. And just a pro tip, there are two little holes there to take your valve out in the event that you need to. These holes also serve as a great place to keep your quick links if you ever were to break your chain. Pro tip. I also have some spare plugs to go in the slug plug, because generally you always puncture twice if it's a snake bite, and yeah, you always need some spares. And then I also carry a multi-tool with a chain breaker on it. This generally can fix most things out on the trail. And then make sure you don't forget your keys. Cool, so with it being a short ride, I've only got a small bottle. I generally ride I always ride with Cadence Nutrition. This is their carbo fuel line, so it's basically just carbs. With it not being a very hard ride, I'm not going to have it too strong. Another pro tip, helps make filling your bottles a lot less messy. Cool. Now that's done. Tires are very important from my point of view. They're the first contact with the ground that you have. So if your tires pressure is set properly and you can work your way up with suspension, that's probably going to give you the best gains in terms of traction and how you can ride your bike. I personally ride my tires at a pressure of around 1.45 on the back to 1.55 bar on the rear, and that generally gives me enough compliance to make the riding comfortable, and pretty good traction as well. I do this every ride, and as you can see, I'm using a Rider digital pump. This has made my life a lot easier. And if you don't have access to one of these, I'd highly recommend you get a digital pressure gauge, because the more refined you can get this value, the better. So the back will run about 1.45 to 1.55 depending on the riding I'm going to be doing, and the front I'll run at 1.35 to 1.45. Today I'm going to run at about 1.4. Cool. With that all out the way, don't forget your helmet. No helmet, no ride, your shoes, you're ready to go. Cool, and as you saw from my video, my chain's already been lubed last night. As I said earlier, with the squirt lube, it needs some time to dry out for the alcohol to evaporate and leave the chain wax in place. So if you haven't done that before you head out, I would recommend lubing your chain. It's quite important. But yeah, I am to go and ride my bicycle. See you later. So guys, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, hit that notification button, we appreciate it, and share it if you don't mind, because it's you guys who will make sure that this channel keeps on going, and we look forward to bringing you more and more content. So here's to the next one. Cheers.